Hey folks, it's Brad LeDrew here at Western GM in Drumheller, Alberta, Canada, and today we're looking at our very first 2022 GMC Denali 2500 HD. You know it's a Duramax Diesel, and it's the all-new forest metallic green color. Now it's a cloudy, overcast day, so I'm not sure if you can see this in the paint, but there is quite a bit of metallic in this. So right now it looks... My camera doesn't want to focus. It looks green, but it looks really vibrant in the sun, that's for sure, with all that metallic in the paint. But as always, it's a little breezy, so let's start off by starting this bad boy up. And let's pop the hood as well. You can see, you know what this one is. So real quick, you want to pop the hood, you're going to put your hand right here and slide to the right and push up. Okay, so I don't want to get too close, I don't want to get too much engine noise here, but pretty straightforward stuff. In the Denali HD, you've got two engine choices. You have the 6.6 liter, 401 horsepower and 464 foot-pounds of torque with a 6-speed automatic gasoline engine. And then, like most customers, just like this badge, okay, most customers when they go into the Denali go with the Duramax Diesel, legendary Duramax Diesel with the Allison transmission. And so that's got 445 horsepower, 910 foot-pounds of torque, paired with the Allison 10-speed automatic transmission. And yeah, let's take a quick look here. So pretty straightforward. Washer fluid right here, radiator and fluid and overflow, your brake fluids right there. We got battery 1, fuse box. Okay, go on across. Battery 2's right here. We got the air filter box here as well. And again, if you're looking at the Duramax, this is a functional hood scoop right here. The air comes in, moves in around here. Don't worry if it's raining, moisture, that sort of stuff. You notice right here. This is a little grommet, opens up. Same thing, you can twist this to get any leaves that might get sucked in. That air then goes across over here and drops down into the air box. Okay? And again, you want to close up the hood, just close her down hard. Now, when you look at the Denali like this, you can see you get the painted to match front and rear bumpers. You get all LED headlights, fog lights, marker lights, and rear tail lights is all LED. And as well, on the mirrors, if you notice right here, we've got our turn signals that are LEDs, and then we've got this, whoops, it's not focusing, come on. And then we got these lights are forward job lighting, so that they project forwards on the ground so that you can see, or what we say, if you need some light on the job when the truck isn't running. Okay? And again, when you go with Denali, you can see you get a nice accent of chrome, you get that very recognizable Denali grille. And again, when you go to 25 or 35, you can have it with or without your marker roof lights like this one. Moving on down, you can see here, right? The Denali exclusive wheel, only on Denali. And again, this is a 20-inch wheel with an LT, obviously, 10-ply tire, a nice Wrangler. And if you notice, you've got, again, the wheel arches, the molding, so again, to help save the paint as time goes by. So again, instead of it being painted like this, right, you've got this plastic so you don't get that leading edge starting to chip up as time goes by. You can also see inside we've got these felt lined fender liners front and rear so that you don't get the pinging and panging of rocks, so you get a quieter, nicer ride. Moving on down, you can see here, you can see this texturized coating, and that goes all the way along the body, all the way down. And this is the rubberized coating that's been painted over, so that, again, GM knows you're going to get some stone chips and whatnot as time goes by with this vehicle. You see it right here is where it ends. And again, help keep this body looking nice and rust-free as time goes by. We've got the full-length GM boards you can see on this, and this is the chrome 6-inch, what we call oval board. And of course, everybody loves the front corner step. And now you're in the box of your truck. And of course, improved a couple years ago to be deeper and bigger. We've got the rear corner step as well. Now it is very breezy. I've got a mic sleeve on my iPhone for the first time, so hopefully this is coming through really nice. Again, when we talk about the Duramax Diesel, I'm just going to get down low here for you guys. So first off, you notice in under the suspension we got the Rancho. That is a dual tube shock, so that's letting you know that this Denali has the optional Z71 package, okay? Or X31 in GMC land. If it was a Chevrolet, it would be Z71. So both mean the same thing, just one's Chev branded, one's GMC branded. But importantly, to get all 910 foot-pounds of torque, this rear end of this truck has got a 11.5-inch ring gear in the 25s and a full 12-inch ring gear in the 35s, okay? So again, in this diesel, that means that you have no conversion. Everything is 100% 910 foot-pounds of torque to the rear wheels, which is awesome. Some of our competitors run 11-inch ring gear, which means there's conversion. So even if you've got more engine horsepower, it's getting converted down so you don't have as much torque going to the rear wheels, so you don't damage anything. And as well, we already know that this rear end has got a G80 auto locking rear differential. So again, if this wheel spins 100 RPMs difference than this one, they both lock together so you get better traction, okay? Now again, this being a Denali, we have the optional, focus baby, the wind is blowing hard. Hopefully you guys are not getting that. We've got the camera package, so you can see we can have a camera hooked up so that there's a camera inside your fifth wheel trailer and at the back of the fifth wheel trailer. What's really nice with GM is when you use these accessories and you put it in reverse, it shows you the reverse behind your trailer, not the reverse from up here, okay? So again, you've got the multi-pro tailgate. Pretty straightforward. Now it's easy to get in and out, right? Anti-slip coating, and again, there you go. Lock that in. Now, let's say you're just going to the hardware store. And you don't want those 2x4s to slide out of the back of the truck. Nice little option there as well. So you've got a little end gate stopper as well. You can see we've got the factory spray and liner with the Denali logo in back, and we've also got the optional fifth wheel prep package. So pretty awesome thing. Power sliding rear window, one of my favorite options as well. Let's close this up. Moving on over, we do have the capless, we have the diesel fuel door here with the AdBlue. So again, it is a diesel, so you want to use that DEF fluid, the diesel exhaust fluid, also known as urea. Now going into the back seats, we've got some cool storage options in here as well. So again, you can see we got our seat back storage right here. Close it up, nice for say washer fluid, some booster cables, that sort of thing. When you look at your rear here, you've also got this button here, and that you can lower down those headrests. So if you don't have people sitting back here too often, you got a little better visibility, okay? And then again, anywhere you can control the seat, and you can pull this seat straight up. And you can see you got a big flat floor here. You can see you've got a torque screw here. So there's just 2 torque screws to remove this little seat back under seat storage. And then there's also another seat back storage you can get that flips and folds that goes out the full length here, level with the seat. So if you want more storage and that sort of stuff as well. You can see here, we've also got the winter front. So again, we're in Canada up here, guys. It gets cold, there's lots of snow. And gentlemen, ladies, whoever's driving this truck, if it's wintertime and it's snowing and you're not towing a trailer, you definitely want to put the winter front on, because as we know, diesels run cool. This will keep your vehicle operating at a better temperature and performing better. So now let's just get in the back. You can see here, there is piles of room in this vehicle. You can see here. Now, because it's 2022 and we've got some semiconductor shortages, this Denali is missing the rear heated seats that would normally be there, but that's a shortage right now. You still have USB-C, USB, and also you've got the power adapter here, old auxiliary adapter. You got your heat and cool vents here as well. And you saw earlier, you also have a very big center armrest console. Okay, here's a quick overview inside. And let's move to the front here. I'm just going to turn down this radio. Don't want to get demonetized, which is funny because I don't have the monetization turned on. Haha. So here we go. Looking at this door now, when you look at all the other trims other than the Denali, this leather is thinner. Whoops. I wanted it to focus. This is hard here. This leather is not only thinner, but it's also less plush. So you get just like if you went to the furniture store and you're looking at a Lazy Boy, beautiful Lazy Boy recliner. There's like usually 3 different levels because they have 3 different grains of leather that are more, I guess the right word is supple and soft and plush. And this leather is a plusher, more supple leather than all of our other trucks that you get in the Denali trim. Okay, so it's something just to point out. So again, you get that nice, really plush leather trim here and soft armrest. You can see you've got the nice stitching here. Even though this is your door, this is still not hard plastic. It's a nice soft touch material. You can see we've got our power door locks. We got our power memory seats. We got our power windows automatic down. We've got power folding mirrors, our mirrors, and again, lock out the windows here. So again, the kids can't slide the windows up and down as you're driving. Again, with Denali, you get real wood. So this is a real piece of wood with this nice chrome accenting. Looks really nice. And again, with Denali, you get the Bose premium audio system, which sounds great. And pounds, lots of bass, really clear audio. You can see we've got the 10-way power adjustable seat. And as I said, it is a power memory seat. Let's go on inside and close her up. So I'm going to try to use my left hand for a change. And so what we have going on here is we've got some important bits when it comes to your truck. So again, everybody loves that the new HDs from GM has the auto 4x4. So when you push this button, you'll see this on the DIC, and up in the top right corner, you see it says automatic. So now that front differential is primed and ready to engage, so that if you have spinning of the rear tires, the front will engage and give you better traction, as in it'll be pulling from all 4 wheels or 3 wheels as necessary. So again, really, really nice feature. Again, if you're on dry asphalt, we say be in 2-wheel drive only. If you're on light snowy roads, it's raining out, gravel roads, you want to be in auto 4x4. And as always, if you're in very bad snow conditions or off-road conditions, you should be in 4 high. And again, if you're launching your boat in a really bad spot, maybe you haven't been there before, you don't know if you're going to be in the mud or muck or what it's going to be like. Maybe you're a logger. Maybe you're at a construction site where you're digging out to put in a big condo, and you know how mucky that gets down there. That's when you want to be in, obviously, 4 low. Okay. Then we got this new jog dial. Again, came out last year. So when we turn this dial, you will see it. It'll turn on the trailer mode. Go to the right. We've got normal and off-road mode. So again, the off-road mode actually dampens the steering, so you get more road feel as you're driving. Also changes the shift points in the transmission so that you're not spinning your wheels, that sort of thing. So a nice off-road mode here as well. And moving on back over, we can see we've got our fog lights, we've got our box light, we've got our instrument cluster lights, automatic headlights, right? Fog lights, all that sort of stuff. But it's just automatic. You can just leave it there. And this also has, you can see the A at the end of this stick. So that's your automatic high beams as well, which is your IntelliBeam lights. You can be driving at night. It'll sense how far away the vehicle in front of you is, and it'll turn off your high beams automatically as you're driving, and then flick them back on. So looking at your steering wheel right here, we got a nice stitched leather. We got the nice chrome with this nice, really, it's a metallic plastic. It is really nice. Actually, it's not plastic, it's metal. And then we've got the heated steering wheel. We've got the forward collision alert where you can set the distance. Obviously, modern truck, we've got the push button start. And again, you've got the proximity sensors on all 4 doors. So again, if this key is in your pocket, in your purse, you just walk up to the door, you touch the door, and it will open for you. We've got lock, unlock. If you want to start this with your remote start, you just lock your vehicle once, and then you hold the start button here for 3 seconds, and it'll start. And then within 10 seconds, if you do it one more time, it'll give you 2 cycles of your remote start. So instead of it being running for, say, 15 minutes, it'll run for 30. Some of our vehicles, like the gasoline trucks, will only run for 10, so running back to back will be 20 minutes. But a lot of the diesels or turbo smaller engine Chevrolet and Buick GMC vehicles, if you do the run, it'll run for 15 minutes the first time and 15 minutes the second time. Okay, so pretty straightforward stuff. And I want to do a correction. My very first 2022 HD, GM Canada told us that they weren't going to be coming with charging mats. But here it is. I'm sitting in the vehicle and we have a charging mat in this truck. So I don't know what's up with that. I know one of you guys commented on a previous video and I said, yeah, you won't see charging mats in any 2022 vehicles at all. Obviously I'm wrong, but I have a memo in my email where GM said that's what's going to happen. And this is what it's going to look like, because GM did this to us here. You can see credit, not equipped with heated second row seats, a $230 credit. So again, I didn't get a memo from GM saying that this truck wouldn't come with heated rear seats, which the button should be right there. So I guess it's the wild, wild west right now, guys, with this whole COVID shortages of parts, and glass is expensive now and sometimes steel is expensive. It's just crazy. So let's keep on carrying on, and hopefully we'll get all through this. And let's talk about the center stack. Really important thing. Really nicely laid out. Again, really nice soft touch materials around here with the chrome. Looks really good. And moving on down, we've got some of the business ends. So we've obviously got our trailer brake controller. We've got our USB-C, USB, old style power, and also we have a power plug-in. And we also have a power plug-in in the box. If you want that to be enabled, you would push that button to enable the power plug in the box, okay? We got a couple other things here. Diesel exhaust brake, lane keep assist with lane departure warning. So again, this will steer you back in your lane. And how that works very quickly is it uses the front camera systems, and it measures you can notice on my lot here, we've got the yellow painted lines. So again, when you're driving on the highway, it's looking for that center painted line and that shoulder painted line, right? And so what that will do is it'll try to knock you back in and out of that lane. And after doing it 2 or 3 times, you'll get a message here on the DIC, and it'll say take action, take control, and it'll show a picture of hands with a steering wheel. So again, heaven forbid you drift into another lane. It's as long as it can see the center line and the shoulder line, it's trying to help prevent a frontal or head-on collision. So it's a really, really good thing. A couple other things. Obviously, we've got the heated back and bum. We've got 3 levels of heat. This is just back. And then we've got the cooled seat with, again, 3 levels of cooling. We've got the automatic climate control, and it is dual zone. So again, you just turn the dial, and obviously you can see the message here. We do know that some other GM trucks, maybe not the Denali, obviously, but some of the lower trim levels, it's not going to show the temperature here anymore. It's going to just show it right up here when you turn your dial. So just a little change. Again, everything's got little semiconductors in it, right? Which is crazy. And there's shortages of semiconductors, as we know. You can't get a PS5 as an example, for all the PlayStation fanboys out there. But long story short, keeping on moving over, we got the rear park assist sensors, the beep, 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 beep. And those are in the front bumpers of Denali's and the rear bumpers, okay? We can lower the tailgate from here inside the cab. We've got the hazards, traction control, stability control, and you've got your, push this button here, you've got your hill, it'll show you right up on the DIC, your hill descent control here as well, okay? And then what everybody loves is obviously the infotainment systems. So the GM infotainment system is really good because it's so familiar, right? So it's quick, it's intuitive. You can see we got a home button here, and I'll just pan back, a home button here. So whether you push the home button, whichever one you push, it's going to be at this screen or the split screen, okay? So it doesn't matter if we're in navigation, we hit home, and home, we're going to go back to one of those 2 screens, okay? Moving on over, we want to click on the cameras. So you can see we've got the full surround vision cameras, and now this is the forward-facing camera. If I push this button, now it's the rear-facing camera. Maybe we're going to back up to our trailer. We can push this button, and you can see we got the guides, and you can imagine if we had to hitch, right? And that's the forward, right? Digitally stitched, and then we've got right down the side view. And just watch when I turn the wheels, right? You can see if you're getting really close, you're trying to park something real pro-like, You've got all these different cameras are there to help support those systems. And again, we can just scroll across, and they've got one of my favorites, which is the bed view camera, which even when you're driving at highway speeds, you can push this button and it'll show you this. I think it's for 10 seconds. So again, if you got bikes, if you got cargo in the back, you can see what's going on with it. And again, if you're backing up, you can see here our receiver right there. And if you had your ball on it, you can see how easily it would be to back up. So again, pan out, hit the home button, and we're back to either of our two split screens. Like same thing with audio, 99.5 AM radio, Sirius XM radio. You can see how quick and how intuitive this is. And then everybody's favorite, we have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So pretty straightforward when you plug in your phone. And again, most of our vehicles now, I shouldn't say all of them, but most of our vehicles have wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. So as long as it's Bluetooth paired and you touch this button, or you touch this button if it's an Android, it'll be blue, this one will be green, then this screen becomes your iPhone with your, say, your Waze maps, your Apple Maps, if you're using Android, your Google Maps, you know, your audiobooks, all that sort of stuff is all here. It's really, really slick, very, very easy to use. And moving on up, we can see we've got our power sunroof here. We've got the power sliding rear window. We've got the garage, the garage door opener, so you can program 3 different garage doors. We've got the OnStar, of course. So again, OnStar is 3 things. You've got your 4G LTE Wi-Fi with Wi-Fi hotspot. We've got the blue button to talk to somebody. Hey, there's a check engine light. What does it mean? And then we have the SOS button, which is, hey, somebody stole my vehicle, or I just witnessed an accident, or heaven forbid you're in a collision. If the airbags go off and you're an active OnStar subscriber to the safety and security, then when your airbags go off, they'll call the vehicle, and if you don't respond, they'll call 911 for you, okay? And it shows you some of that stuff there, your 4G LTE Wi-Fi, your outside temperature sensor, and the time. Pretty straightforward stuff. We've got a very big center console here, and it's very nice and plush, again, with that higher grain leather in the Denali. And moving in inside, you can see we've got the SD card slot for navigation. We got USB-C, USB and auxiliary. Now, when you go to the Denali trim, you get something that's called connected nav as well from GM. So even though this has got the built-in navigation, you can have it as a connected nav. So if you're an OnStar subscriber, this is going to work like Google, and it's real time all the time. Road closures, heavy traffic areas, accidents, it'll all show up here. So if you're using this as your main navigation instead of your iPhone or your Android phone, then you're always up to date, and that just, again, requires an OnStar subscription. So pretty straightforward stuff. I know I talked a lot. I tried to run through this as fast as I can. But if you're looking for the top end of all the pickup trucks in GMC land, and maybe you're a Ram customer, a Ford customer, I would highly encourage you to come in and check out this truck before you pick up your new Ram. Our trucks in the heavy duties have an independent front suspension that gives us a much nicer ride than our competitors. And even just talking about the G80 auto locking rear differential, that's always there and always on. You don't have to push a button like the competitors or pull on a knob and to have your differential to lock up. This is automatic. It just gives you that better drivability. And again, just a great looking truck. So there you go, folks. I really appreciate your time today. Last thing I'll say, everybody loves, end the video on a high note. GM takes the guesswork out of trailering right here in your door jamb, specific to the vehicle with what it came from the factory. This specific truck here will bumper pull 18,500 pounds and gooseneck pull 17,860 pounds. So there it is, your payload, everything is there so that you can take the guesswork out of trailering. Okay, here you go, folks. It's another one-take shoot of me with my iPhone walking around with a new windsock because I'm getting too much wind the last couple of videos. So there you go, folks. I appreciate your time. Have a great day. Cheers.